Here we go, another day. Another day in the garage. Pretty tired of these garage videos by now. I know I am. Woo! Alright guys, Richard here. So, let me collect my thoughts. Need to update you, or don't need to update you, I suppose, but I will update you on a couple of things. Because I made a couple of videos that I just didn't post, and I need to just kind of, I wanted to just bring you back into the, what's going on here. Man, I can't speak today. Woo! You ever have one of those days where nothing wants to come out right? This could be another video that doesn't get posted. Who knows? Who knows? All right, look, Toby's over here in a spot. He's waiting for his leash. He's waiting for me to open the door. So let's get that done first so we don't disrupt our routine, and then maybe my thoughts will get back to where they need to be. There you go, buddy. Now, where's the remote? Where's the remote, Toby? Right there. All right, guys, so this is Sunday, and we are still in the middle of this process here, and it's taken a lot longer for a couple of reasons. If you saw the video that I released where I was, they did the installation of the floor, there was something that I didn't share in that particular video because I felt like it wasn't the fault of the companies, so I didn't want to bring it up in that particular video. But they had to do the floor twice. Yeah. Excuse me. The first time they came in here and did the floor, okay, after they ground down the surface and opened up the pores of the concrete, when they poured the that base coat down, okay, it sucked into the concrete more than what it normally would do. So when they threw the chips on it, and after everything dried, after like an hour and a half or so, they came back and started chipping away and smoothing off all these paint chips. It actually, a lot of the paint chips came off. And so in this section over here, we had a lot of blotchiness where they were just, the paint chips were not real thick and you could see the material underneath. Well, the owner stopped by, and because he wasn't here during that process, but he stopped by, took a look at it, came and knocked on the door to bring me out here and said, look, he said, your floors look like crap and I'm going to have to do them again. So I really appreciate the fact that I didn't have to, get upset with him, and I didn't have to negotiate with him, and I didn't have to twist his arm to get him to come in here and to redo the floor because they did look like crap. He straight up said, I'm going to fix this because it needs to be right. So because of all that, and because of the concrete was just more porous and it sucked in all the material, I didn't feel like it was their fault, so I didn't really want to say that in that first video that we had to do it twice. So what they ended up doing, they didn't put the top coat down. All it was the base coat and the chips. So what they ended up doing then is coming back and they put another layer of base coat on top of that. And then another layer of chips. And then they scraped it off and got everything cleaned up. And then they put the top coat on top of that. Okay, so this is the finished product. So I got base coat, chips, top coat. So I've got double layers. So I like it. I like how it turned out for the most part because it looks really nice over here. But there was a problem. And when I made that first video, standing out there looking in, I didn't see the problem. It's kind of hard to see, and you just didn't notice it so much. But let me see if I can get over here. Yeah, right there. Right here. Right there, we have what's called the expansion slot, or the cut that is in the concrete slabs. And typically it's filled with caulking, and it was filled with caulking in those other areas. But this section right here, over the period of years, the caulking had worn down, some of it got pulled out, and it was exposed. So they put some more caulking in there, and then they put the chips, they put the caulking in after the fact, okay, after grinding down the concrete and everything. But when the caulking went down, it wasn't perfectly smooth. So after they went through this process, and then when they started chipping away at the chips to get all the loose stuff, cut down and gone, it hit that ever so slightly raised up area right here. And so it took all the chips off, or most of the chips off. So now we got that exposed crack right there where you can see the dark gray material underneath it. And that's a foul. You know, I don't like it. They already redid the floors once, and I wasn't going to fight with them to try to get this redone. You know, I mean, excuse me, they redid it once, so it was done twice. And I wasn't going to fight with them to try to get it done a third time. I just finally said, you know what? I've got a lot of stuff in the garage anyway. It's not going to affect the durability or anything of the floors, and I'll live with this mark. So I'm going to live with that mark. So that kind of sucks, but it is what it is. I don't believe I mentioned, because I don't believe I posted that video, but over here we had a problem. When Joe and I took out these cabinets, I discovered that water had been leaking through the wall right there, and it created, you know, quite a mess. And what it was is we've discovered that on the outside out here, the shrubs where everything is planted was built up slightly, and so it was creating a little bit of a trough right here next to the house. And between, you know, whether it be from rainwater or the sprinkler system, which was spraying water back in this direction, water was kind of puddling up there right next to the wall, and over time it was slowly leaking in. And also the drain hose for this air conditioner goes out the wall, but it doesn't extend out very far. It just comes out the wall and stops. So that was creating all this condensation going out, was creating a puddle, and it was slowly seeping back through the concrete block. End result is, got to put some moisture barrier on that, let it dry out, put some moisture barrier on it before I paint the rest of this wall. But the cabinets were damaged. They were rotted a little bit on the bottom side. And, you know, I mean, they were still usable, not great, but they were still usable. But I decided after the fact that, you know what, we're not going to monkey with those cabinets. So I ordered some more cabinets, and we got those in on Saturday. So the floors were done on Thursday. They had to come back on Friday to do the floors again. And then, so that delayed us a day. So Saturday was the day that we were going to unload the truck. The cabinets were being delivered, so we were going to install the cabinets. Well, guess what? This material that they use is supposed to be completely cured in 24 hours. This isn't your standard epoxy floor, okay? This is what's called polyaspartic. It's a newer product. It's 20 times harder than regular epoxy. And it also dries a lot faster. So it's supposed to be completely cured in 24 hours. But yesterday, Saturday, when Joe and I came out here to install these cabinets, we quickly realized that this floor isn't quite cured yet. It's safe to walk on, but anything heavy, you know, and a little pointy would leave a slight indentation. And I think it's because of that extra layer of material, you know, and chips and everything. So we had to wait yet another day to be able to get the truck unloaded, to kind of get things back into where they need to be here in the garage. So now it's Sunday, and we're still waiting. But we went ahead and installed these cabinets carefully, the best we could. Now Joe and I are not professional installers, and we had some problems with this first cabinet, and I'm going to show you that too. This first cabinet was a big problem because this wall right here, this knockout part, is really bad off. I mean, it's got a really bad slant. This wall right here has a really bad slant going in. It's kind of like a half moon shape. Just terrible, terrible walls. So we had a really hard time trying to get this firmed up. Look at what it looks like up here. We got a big gap down here and a smaller gap up here. But the cabinet is level all around. Okay, that's just how bad the walls are, how bad off they are. So in the process of doing all that, the cabinet, I don't think, is completely square anymore. Okay, it's not completely square, so things are just a little cockeyed, you know what I'm saying? So now when you close the doors don't match up. So we got this cockeyed business right here. So I'm going to monkey with the hinges today and see if I can't adjust those some to raise this up a little bit, maybe drop this one a little bit, just to try to even that out a little bit better. You know, hey, we're not professional installers, and that's the best that we could come up with. So I'm going to try to fix that. The rest of them came out fine. They're all lined up nice and pretty. These cabinets are not attached yet. They're just kind of set in place. So I've got to get these leveled off today and get them attached. And then I'm going to make a countertop, because, you know, I used to have a woodworking channel where I used to monkey with that kind of thing. I'm going to do this similar to what I did with this one over here, making this countertop, which got extremely dusty. I'll talk about that too. So I'm going to try to make one that matches almost. I don't have all my woodworking tools because I stopped doing that. So there's a couple of things I can't do, but I'm going to do my best with getting the countertop over here. So that's going to take, a day and a half, 2 days or something. So that's still got to get done too. So my goodness, what a mess. So 2 days, an extra day on the floor, an extra 2 days for drying time. Joe's coming over today. Here about noon or so. We're going to go ahead and get the refrigerator, freezer brought back in. We're going to get the truck unloaded, got to get the truck returned, and then I'm going to continue with cabinets and trying to get things organized and ready to go. So I can get back to making some videos, because I need to get out and do some riding, and I know you guys want to see some riding videos, so we can get out, kind of normalize things just a little bit. Oh, but wait, maybe not. This afternoon it's supposed to start raining, and I don't know how long it's going to rain for, but we do have a lot of rain coming in, so who knows? Who knows? If you saw the other video about the installation, you know that I had a problem with this door, because again, this whole wall is just so jacked up and not straight up and down that the door down here doesn't quite seal. So our laundry room in there filled up with dust. And in the laundry room is where I happen to just set down all of our Sienna helmets. So these things got completely trashed. Now I used a vacuum cleaner yesterday, sucked off as much of the nastiness as I could. And now they just need to, I got to sit down and just do a really good wipe down to clean these helmets off. So that was quite a disappointment. Another thing, I had my cabinets sealed off with plastic and tape. I'm not sure how it all got in there, but it did. So yeah, I've got a nice layer of dust over everything. So that's another project. I'm gonna have to take everything out and try to dust it off, get all the dust and stuff out of the cabinets. The same thing for up on top. These were sealed up, but I've got dust in there too. It's not as bad up here as it is down there, but what a mess. Just what a mess it turned out to be. But when it's all done and over with, I'm going to be 95% pleased with the floor, with the exception of that crack. That's just huge disappointment. But yeah, so that's where we're at. That's where the state of affairs are here at eBike Reviews and Adventures, where every day is some type of an adventure. Yeah, so I think that's going to be it. I'm going to wrap up this video here because I really want to get this one posted, because I didn't post the last couple of videos. I just trashed them. So let's get that done. So hey guys, keep an eye out, because I've got a delivery tomorrow. I'm not sure what it is. Wasn't trying to take in any bikes this month. Been talking to a couple of companies, so I don't know if something got shipped anyway, or if maybe it was the other rack, because I told you several videos ago that I had 2 racks coming in. I got one. The other one hasn't showed up. Haven't heard anything more from the company. They just went silent after they said that they were going to send it, and then after I gave them all my information. So I'm hoping maybe that's what's going to show up tomorrow. Yeah, I don't know. And the first rack, the one made by Hope You Ready, Hope You Ready Auto Parts, that's still in the back of the truck, so that's got to get out, and I got to get that review done. You guys are waiting for a review on the trikes, the trike comparison video, so that one's due. I've got videos that are due, overdue, and stacking up, and here I am trying to wait for floors to dry and get my U-Haul unloaded. And hey, we all have problems, right? And my problems are minor. Your problems could be much, much worse. That's going to be it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Give me a thumbs up. Stick around. Look for my next video. Hopefully it'll be a riding video. And I will see you over there.